Welcome to Fox 18 Sports Sunday. We have some special guests here. The Pleasant Valley volleyball team, fresh off of ending the regular season, just got done with the Johnston tournament, and we'll get to that in a moment. But first, obviously last week, the huge match, probably the match of the season, really, the MAC championship between Assumption and Pleasant Valley here. You taking it in 4 sets and able to get that victory, take the MAC championship outright. So Emily, we'll start with you here. Just your feelings after that win. Obviously a long season culminating in this MAC title. That had to be pretty special.
Yeah, it was super exciting. We even played them earlier in the season and we ended up losing to them at Linmar. So to have come back in a 5-set match, or 3 out of 5 I guess, it was really, really exciting, especially because that was our last game. And ending it on that was a good note for us.
Isla, kind of going off of that, the feeling amongst the group as a whole, was it like almost relieving, or was it more just elation where you're just ecstatic about getting that win? Going into it, I'm sure you knew, obviously this is probably the biggest match of the season.
Yeah, we were all just super excited in the end. Like, going into the first set, we were a little nervous because obviously Assumption is a really good team. But I think after coming back and like getting ourselves together, we're like, we are a great volleyball team. We know how to like play up to that level. So I think in the end we did a really well job with that.
Sarah, kind of going off of that, talking with some of the players after that win, everyone was talking about how, maybe they didn't come out with as much energy in that first set, but then the next 3 really started to turn that page. What did you see in terms of the difference maker between that first one and then the final 3 that you guys ended up getting the win?
Well, like Isla said, I think we came out very nervous in the first set, and we kind of did put a lot of pressure on ourselves, like, oh, this is a really big game for us. We really have to step up our game and really just work hard on everything that we've done in the season. And after that first set loss, we kind of came together and we were just like, you know what, we got this. Just take a deep breath, relax. There's 3 more sets to go, and we just kept saying to ourselves, you got this, just calm it down out there.
Was the crowd a factor as well? I mean, it obviously they pack it in there, but that certainly seemed like quite an environment. Did it kind of, feed into that group throughout the game?
Yeah, definitely. The crowd does a lot for us. It really just ramps us up. When they're cheering, we get louder because obviously when they're cheering, we can't hear as well. So we have to talk a lot more, and just their energy does a lot for the game, and that's always so exciting when they're there.
Coach Hall, that had to be pretty rewarding for you to see the group rise to the occasion, really, and even after down 1-0, able to come back and get that win in pretty convincing fashion in those final 2 sets.
Yeah, I mean, it was, as they kind of said, a great environment. And Assumption is a great team, so just good environment and great opportunity for us to really kind of step forward and play even-keeled and consistent. So after that first set, we just kind of took a breath and refocused, and the girls did a great job just kind of keeping their consistency and composure all the way through and not letting the highs get too high or lows get too low. And I thought they did a great job of just taking that breath and refocusing and just believing in themselves and believing in us as a team, and just knowing and trusting each other that we can accomplish anything that we set our minds to.
How about for the program as well? How big was this? Obviously, you've had MAC titles, at least shares of them,
yeah.
But to be able to get that outright title, does that just kind of show the trajectory of Pleasant Valley volleyball, that you're continuing to, climb that mountaintop and continuing to prove?
Yeah, that's exactly it. We've been co-MAC champs the past 2 years, which has been a great accomplishment because the MAC is always really strong. But this year to win outright, it's just such a great feeling, and it's a great opportunity for all of us to just make sure that we as a whole team just make that standpoint that, like, we're here, we're ready for this year, we're ready to take that next step, and just ready to get to work and get ready to get ready for postseason.
So the team goes 3-2 at Johnston this weekend. Sarah, how did you feel about how the team performed down the stretch in that one in particular to kind of end the regular season and put a bow on things as you get ready for playoff?
It was definitely a tough tournament, and we knew that going in, but we knew that if we just stayed playing to our game, and we knew that losses will come, and we just have to learn how to deal with them. And if we're winning all the time, we've never really experienced a loss, and we're always on top. But this tournament really showed us, like, okay, now we really need to get back to work in the gym and work really hard in practices to get ready for postseason.
Isla, that has to be tough to come off of like the highest of highs, winning the MAC title, and then having to go to a tournament and play like 5 different matches. But that being said, I mean, how important do you think it was for the team to experience, a few extra matches in the regular season before going into the playoffs?
I think it was really important for us to go to this tournament because we did have to see some ranked teams, and playing them and getting to experience that, it will really prepare us for postseason play and possibly at the state tournament.
Yeah, we're getting ready for ramped up competition. Final thoughts, Emily, as we get ready to go to break here, but your thoughts just overall how the team played down the stretch, but really this past weekend as well, kind of setting yourself up with some momentum going into this week.
I think that this whole month of October has been a really successful month for us, and we've been playing a lot of good, tough competition, but this Johnston tournament, we're playing with people that we're going to be playing at the state tournament and in postseason if we make it there. But so it was really good for us to be able to just see some tough competition, especially we have this next week off, so just being able to know what we're going to be seeing later on.
A much-needed break, I'm sure. It'll be nice to get some rest for sure. Good stuff there with Pleasant Valley Volleyball, and we're going to be right back with them. We got some seniors here, a junior as well, plenty of experience on the couch here. They're going to talk about how that's maybe fed into some of their success so far this year, so stay tuned. Pleasant Valley Volleyball coming back with us after the break.